Yeah, excuse the mess. I just finished the body, so we'll see how this goes. Couple different changes. From last year, I used the Phil Chandler um, dimensions. So the top bars were taller and not as wide. What I found during the summer was that a couple of times I had the bars broke off in the heat, so I'm going to try something a little different. We're going the Les Crowder dimensions this time, so it's wider, not down. Last year I also drilled my entrances here, 3 entrances. That's going to change. Now they're going to go over here. I'm just not sure if I'm putting them up top or about halfway down. The reason for that is because I have Italians in one of my hives this year who they keep dying and clogging up the center hole, which is the one I left unplugged. The other 2s have corks in them. I'll still use the same size hole because I like the cork idea. Something else I'm going to try is, say this would be the back end. What I'm going to do is drill a hole the right size here, and screw or glue or something a mason jar lit circle, the rim there, so that I can screw into the bottom the mason jar as a feeding station. And I'll put a ring of screen in there as well, so that the bees can climb in and out and not have to worry about drowning. That way I can see from the outside when it needs to be filled. And I don't even have to open it to fill it. I can just unscrew it.
Hogwarts, Hogwarts, hoggy, warty, hog.
Damn phone calls. Unscrew it, and refill and put it in. 2 different types of... last year, I also had 2 different changes, flat top and peak top. Both are going to end up with peak tops this year. I've decided I like the peak top more. It sluices rain off better, and it allows me to put a layer of insulation in there, almost like a quilt box. So I'm going to go with the peak. Plus, it allows me some storage. So both of these hives are going to get peak. Last year, that was one of the differences I made to decide what I liked and what I didn't. This year, what I'm doing differently between the 2 boxes, I have to screw those in tighter, is the edges. On this one, what you can see here is I leveled the edge this way. Both got cut the same 30-degree angle. You'll notice there are some gaps down there. I'm not particularly stressed about that because it's going to allow airflow both in the winter and in the summer. They'll get wrapped in the winter anyway, so I'm not worried about wind getting in, but it allows airflow, ventilation. But you'll see this. So what I'm going to do is have this lip here is going to keep the bars from sliding this way. And we'll see if I like that or not. I'm not sure. So with this one, what I did was I reversed the angles. You'll notice I've got to screw this in a little bit more. And what happened here is it slides right out. So we'll be able to grip it up from the edge better, and it'll help sluice rainwater away. Same thing with the side, the back, the bottom, though. I'm going to drill the hole there and use a feeding station. I like that idea because it allows me to do an internal feeder. And when they build enough bars, they can still be all the way back, and I can put a feeder on if necessary during the fall. Although, let's be honest, if there's that many bars, I've probably harvested some. And the bars will be longer. Something else I might do is build a lengthwise insert thing here, so I could buy a overwintered nuke and slide it in, and then have the top bars in the front so that they move forward for their brood nests, so on, like they like to do. But those are the changes for this year. So I'm gonna let this wood glue dry and everything, and screw in those a little bit tighter. But otherwise, that's the changes, major changes for this year.